Hello everyone, welcome to my video presentation. I am Giovanni Nibla, and in this video I will analyze the story The Song of Roland using the lens of Marxist criticism theory. Now to start with, allow me first to introduce to you what is this Marxist criticism theory all about. Now, Marxist criticism examines a literary effort from the standpoint of the assumptions that it makes and the values that it displays regarding such issues as power, class, race, and culture, rather than elements of artistic style, form, quality of writing, plot, or other yardsticks more commonly used in literary criticism. So, in short, Marxist criticism is an approach to literary criticism that grew out of the economic, social, and political ideologies originally developed by Karl Marx during the 19th century, and as a result concentrates on the ideological content of a work of literature. So that is what Marxist criticism all about. Now, the Marxist criticism theory seeks to answer the following questions. First, whom does it benefit if the work or effort is accepted or successfully or believed or etc.? Second, what is the social class of the author? Third, which class does the work claim to represent? Fourth, what values does it reinforce? 7. What values does it subvert? Next, what conflict can be seen between the values the work champions and those it portrays, and what social classes do the characters represent? And also, last, how do the characters from different classes interact or conflict? So these are the questions that this theory seeks to answer while analyzing a certain story. Now let us answer these questions based on the story The Song of Roland. Now the first question that we have is, whom does it benefit if the work or effort is accepted, successful, believed, etc.? Well, I think this story is beneficial to everyone, especially to the European people. The story The Song of Roland developed to inspire European armies and glorify the reign of Charlemagne. The poem is very much a product of its historical context and is especially influenced by the religion and politics in Western Europe during the 8th century. The next question is, what is the social class of the author? Well, as I searched the author of the story, there is no exact background of the author, whether he is a rich man or a poor one. The social class of the author wasn't really disclosed in the public, so I can't find any information or any social class background of the author. The next question is, which class does the work claim to represent? Well, for me, this work represents to a powerful class who tried to conquer some of the lands in Europe and wanted to defeat the Muslim people in the battle. So as we all know, the story The Song of Roland, King Charlemagne's owned some portions of the world, and he wanted to defeat the Muslim people, or he wanted to defeat the other kingdom. The next question is, what values does it reinforce? Well, this literary piece portrays the values of fealty to lord and land that are combined with duty, heroism, and trustworthiness. The Song of Roland also describes a chivalry code based on knightly respect and religion. The chivalry code is the guidelines that the knight has to live by. This includes to obey those in authority at all times and to speak the truth at all times. So these are the values reinforced in this story. Next, what values does it subvert? Well, the values that the Song of Roland subvert are pride and treason, which can be subvert death, and reasonableness, which can subvert recklessness. So as you can see, pride subvert death. Because of the pride of Roland, because in the story, Roland, because of his pride, he was died together with all of his men. And also because of the treason made by Ganelon, he was also dead through an execution. And also reasonableness, which can subvert recklessness. It was also illustrated in the story that reasonableness, which can be subvert to recklessness. So these are the values that this story subvert. Now, next question. What conflict can be seen between the values the work champions and those it portrays? What social classes do the characters represent? The conflict in the story occurs between their religious backgrounds and their ownership of land. Both sides saw the other as evil. This turned the tide of war from flesh and blood to the supernatural. Roland in the story describes as a high-ranked individual, but at first it looks like popularity and social status bring him nothing but good. He represents the higher class, and as a person who is in the higher class, he became prideful, which lead him to his death. And the last question is, how do the characters from different classes interact or conflict? Well, both sides have a misunderstanding and both of them are ready to engage in war because of their culture, their different religious backgrounds, and their different perspective and viewpoint to life. They don't have a harmonious relationship with each other as they are always preparing for a possible clash or war anytime. In fact, the crusade was really happened and it really arose their complicated relationship and interaction with each other. Moreover, Charlemagne is largely regarded as the father of Europe. In his nearly 70 years of life, he led the Franks to conquer a significant portion of the known world, establishing what would become the Holy Roman Empire. His conquest had three main purposes. First, to defend his territory from any who threatened his people. Second, to collect wealth and land. And third, to spread Christianity. Charlemagne's passion for Christianity as well as his yearning to protect his people and land became a precursor to the massive religious conflict that overtook the world after Charlemagne's death. Charlemagne's fight against King Marcelin of Saragossa, an Islamic king of Spain, became a war of Christianity against the forces of Islam. This conflict would soon become exaggerated with the Crusades, a world conflict designated over divine right to the Holy Land. The Song of Roland, the oldest known French poem, describes Roland and his conflict in Spain under the banner of Charlemagne. As the poem described, Charlemagne has made temporary peace with the Islamic king of Saragossa, involving the king's conversion to Christianity. However, the king intends to break this truce by attacking the one person Charlemagne cannot lose, his nephew Roland. His strategy, influenced by the traitor Ganelon, involves isolating Roland to the rearguard, then attacking the isolated force with his much larger army. His plan works to fruition. Roland is attacked. While this may appear to be a battle of the flesh, it soon becomes a battle of religion. When Turpin loses a man close to him, he exclaims, "May God send down evil upon you." When seeing the might of the Franks, the Saracens proclaim, "Mighty land of France, Muhammad curse you." Curses are issued on both sides. Which God will be victorious? According to the Song of Roland, Charlemagne's forces rally the remaining pagans, although too late to save Roland. With Roland gone, Charlemagne prays to God and the sun remained where it was, so that the Franks could attack the fleeing Saracens. God grants the request, the Franks are victorious, the Saracens are forced to convert or die, and the traitor is executed. The author makes it clear that the God of Christianity has played a huge part in the Frankish victory. While Christianity was safer now, it would soon face its largest challenge yet, the Crusades. While the conflict of Roland, Charlemagne, and King Marcel were about the spread of Christianity, their conflict was overshadowed by the religious war that was the Crusades. The city of Jerusalem, a holy city in both Islam and Christianity, was constantly under siege by either religion. Much like the battle in the Song of Roland, this was considered a war of gods. As Fulcher of Charles, a priest, a chaplain of Baldwin first, the first king of Jerusalem, writes about the Christian inhabitants who are under siege. Oh, what a disgrace if a race so despicable, degenerate, and enslaved by demons should thus overcome a people endowed with faith in Almighty God. Now, the followers of Islam are no longer considered humans. They are demons who are against the citizens of the Almighty God. Demons are enemies of God, therefore God will protect his citizens. It seems as if the two religions face an even greater divide after the death of Roland. They were described as pagans. During his battle, yet are described as demons in the writing of Fulcher of Charles. It's almost as if the conflict of the Franks and the Saracens caused more hatred for two religions, even though Ganelon, a Christian, was largely responsible for the attack. The fallout from Charlemagne's conflict exists for hundreds of years after, eventually pouring over into a world conflict, the Crusades. So, these are my analysis in the story, The Song of Roland, using the Marxist criticism or using the lens of Marxist criticism. Thank you so much everyone for watching this video, and I hope that you learned something from it. Thank you so much, God bless, and goodbye.